Yo, what's good? Where you tuning into the I Don't Even Know Bro podcast with your host King Guy and the other host Mike Chuck Joe. What up, Mike Chuck Joe?
What's good, bro? How you doing?
I'm blessed, man. What you know, bro?
I don't even know what you know.
I don't even know, bro. Let's talk about what's going on in the news right now, man. What's kind of trending. Let's talk about Trump sending his National Guards in DC. This has been going on for about a week now, 2 weeks or so. And just kind of doing a street sweep, as you could say. And now I'm seeing that Chicago is his next target. But not only that, man, it just I guess he's hitting some of these big cities trying to lower crime in some way, which is it's some pros and cons to both of that, because some of these cities is kind of reckless right now. But I think that's just a power trip. Also, as far as like bringing the National Guards, taking out some of these guys, but the pros on it, to me, my opinion is the pros on it is that yeah, we need to get some of these guys off the street. We need to get in control of some of these the drugs, the streets, the violence, period. Because like I said, the grandmas and aunties and your mom can't walk to the store, the kids dying. So I see the pros into that, but the cons I see is like now you can just stop anybody. Now you because I seen videos that they coming up to your porch. You just sitting there, you can be smoking a cigarette. Or just minding your business, be listening to music or whatever, just hanging out with the homeboys on the porch. Now they questioning you. Now that's what I don't like, bro. Cause you know how we used to hang out. We can be in the yard or whatever, just hanging out, man, just on the porch or whatever, man. So I don't like that part about it.
I mean, it's a two-edged sword. I honestly don't think he's doing it for the right reasons. I'm thinking he's doing it because first of all, he has the power to do so, and then he's pushing the limits to his power to kind of show how, being a dictator type, authoritarian type of person he is. But again, when you give them ammunition as far as the crime rate, as far as the drugs, as far as carjackings and violent crimes, I mean, you give them bases to do that type of shit, to send the military and the National Guard and the federal.
Mhm.
I mean, it ain't just the National Guard; it's federal police. They got the ICE, they got the DEA, they got everybody in that town doing that, and what they're gonna be doing is sending them to different big cities, and most of the big cities they're gonna send them to are black cities. They said Chicago, they saying LA, they saying Atlanta, they saying, different places. Now, a lot of the states that they sending them to, or that they said they're gonna send them to, are so-called Democratic states. So I don't know if it's more so trying to kind of like, play the whole political game. Well, it is a political game for them,
All
but
of it's political.
you know, I look at it in a way of, yeah, you might stop some murders, you might stop some drugs, you might stop people from doing certain crimes, but at the end of the day, it's a bigger issue than this. That it's cost of living. It's people being able to take care of their family in these low income areas. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times too, if you really look at it, they really going into the black community and the brown community more than they're going to any other community. I ain't seen them go to Nam Meth Head trailer park yet on any social media sites. You know what I'm saying? Look like they kind of bothering the people that look like us, in the homeless also. They just rounded the homeless up, and I don't even know what they doing with them. That's a whole nother issue. So uh do I agree with it? No, I don't agree with over policing anything. I think if anything, you should evaluate the law enforcement that you already have hired, give them some mental health training, some more mental health training. Also do a real evaluation on each guy, each law enforcement person, and maybe pay them more too, just like paying teachers more, paying counselors more, paying everybody that has to deal with kids, and because those people help raise the kids to be in society. For people to be on their porch, for people to be in their yard, for people to be in their neighborhood, and you can't even hang out and talk. And it ain't got to be a gang thing. I mean, people just hang out. People after school, kids after school, whatever, and you being harassed by the police or whoever. That's over policing to me. That's crazy. They're not doing that in the upscale communities, unless they're like patrolling to let other people not come in there. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think it's needed, to be honest. I think that law enforcement has to do a better job at doing their job when it comes to these communities. But I mean, hey, you give them an inch, they're gonna take a mile, and that's what's happening.
No, I totally agree to that, bro. Um, I mean, do you think they just bringing in the extra help because the policing is not able to control the city? I mean,
I think it's a
but like you
power trip.
said, but you made a point earlier when you was just saying it's the economy too, bro. You got to give people like the money to be able to survive out here. It's a dog eat dog world right now, man. It's gonna be more and more crime. It don't even matter what's going on, bro.
I mean, if you're worried about people killing each other, man, then first of all, we got 1 billion guns in America streets. So that's number one. Like we ain't addressing firearms. I'm a advocate for 2A, but most of everybody that got a gun ain't 2A. You know what I'm saying? They don't have a license. They don't, it's a lot of these kids that getting guns off of these trains and these trucks in these cities, and you can go to Tennessee or you can go to another state and just buy a gun without really the proper background. So it's a lot that goes into that.
Yeah, I think it's uncontrollable though, bro. At this point,
You it might be uncontrollable,
ain't no way they gonna get all the guns off the blocks, bro.
and it ain't about getting all the guns, but it's about stopping it at the source. It's coming out of these companies. You know what I'm saying? It's
Mm-hmm.
coming out of it. Like who is receiving these guns? I mean, treat it just like you treat the drugs at the border, if that's what you're gonna do. But yeah, you ain't gonna get rid of everything, man. It ain't no such thing as getting rid of everything. When this economy, this country is a consumer-based country. We like our drugs, we like our guns, we like our porn, we like everything that's ratchet in life. You know what I'm saying? So you can't stop that. But what you can do is hold these companies accountable for doing a lot of the transporting and some of the illegal sales and stuff like that. But see, this country don't want to do that. This government don't want to do that because those companies are paying them. So it doesn't matter what happened to our streets or our community or whatever, because it's not affecting them. You know what I'm saying? Because they can put their family off somewhere in the cave or in the mountain somewhere, ain't behind a gate, and they ain't got to worry about it.
Bro, it's all about money, man. It's always been about money. So why would they stop them, bro?
It ain't gonna stop. It will
They
never
gonna stop,
stop.
man.
It will
It
never
ain't
stop.
gonna never be under control or nothing, bro. It's that's just part of it, man. It's part of the puppet game. Like you said, bro, it's a right wing, left wing, it's all on the same bird.
Same bird, man. They
So it's up to us, bro. It's up to our communities, up to our people. I'm talking about just people in period, just citizens, black, white, brown, whatever. It's up to us to figure it out, man. But we too busy, trying to keep food on the table.
too busy.
So, we ain't everybody ain't in a position to be thinking about, oh, how we can do this or how we can do that, man. It's getting to the point that, bro, it's getting real out here, man. For a lot of us, the middle class is looking like it's disappearing, or just working even harder to survive out here, and the government don't care, so they sending the troops. You know what I'm saying? It's an easy thing to come out and send the troops to these little small communities, poor communities, and just take over, pretty much, bro.
I
They trying
mean,
to
you
start
just said it. You just
yeah,
said it. They keep us busy. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
We don't supposed
That's
to
the only
go to
way.
work and then get off and then be ready to fight. Like, you know,
Exactly, bro. Exactly. So while you over there doing your 9 to 5, they already in the streets. They taking over like you said, the homeless people, the people that's already in the streets. You know what I'm saying? So what we gonna do? Hey man, I'm about to take off so I can go. stop this guy from coming to my house, and ICE and the rest of them, the FBI agents and the National Guards and all that. And then it's kind of it's kind of hard. You in a place like, dang, do I go against the people that's, because some of these people I don't even want to deal with either.
No, I mean you're definitely right. It's a yin and a yang, man. It's a gift and a curse, whatever the two acronyms you want to put together, or whatever they call it. Um, you're not gonna get everything you want. That's first of all. The way the system's set up for people, responsible adults, is to go to work, come home, be tired, pay your bills, get up and do it the next, do the same shit the next day. I mean, they made it where you have to depend on the government to do their job. And if the government don't do their job, well, I still gotta go to work tomorrow. You feel what I'm saying? No matter how much they cut our check, no matter how much they cut our benefits, we can fuss, we can cuss all we want, but they done made it to the point where we kind of be like, man, that's just life. Well, it don't really have to just be life. I mean, we can fight back. You know what I'm saying? We do hire these people to be in these positions, but we don't hold them accountable. And a lot of reasons because of complacency, like you said. We a lot of us work, you know what I'm saying? Work 2 or 3 jobs. They ain't gotta come home. They send a million homeworks for the kids to do. You gotta do homework with them, then you gotta make sure they in bed, and you got, life be lifing, bro. So I mean, they know what they're doing up there, man. That at the end of the day, the politicians that we so-called vote in know what they're doing. They know that we gonna be wrapped up for the people that is smart enough to fight, the people that's smart enough to talk back and to articulate our issues. They know that 9 times out of 10 we have a whole bunch of other shit to do in life, and we're not prepared, or we're not in the mindset of fighting back all the time. But it's gonna be a time when you're gonna have to say, nah, man, I gotta do something. I gotta do something. You gotta do something,
But we
whatever
gotta
the
get
case
more.
may
We
be.
gotta get more of the people that's on your mindset, on my mindset, to get in them offices, to be able to put that pen and paper together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because the physical war, bro, we ain't winning that. It's no winning that, bro. When it comes to physical war, we ain't beating no military, bro. Like, just straight up. I mean, just kind of.
But you gotta understand this too, and I ain't gonna say it's all about the military. See, it ain't all about the
No,
military.
I'm just saying, not just the military. I'm talking about military, the agents, or whatever, just the government period, bro. When it comes to a physical war, I'm just saying, like, we gotta beat them mentally, bro. You gotta beat them just, uh,
Exactly. But you got to
like,
understand, most of them people that's in them jobs are just in the same position we're in. I
oh, for
mean, you
sure.
know what I'm saying? So a lot of them are kids, a lot of them are fathers, a lot of them are mothers and stuff too. And sooner or later, you got to make a choice whether you work for them or not. National Guard, military, whatever the case may be, they're still American citizens. You know what I'm saying? Everybody in their family ain't in the National Guard with them. You got people, you got veterans that's at home, that done raised their kids. Now their kids following them, and they still talk. So it has to be you can only follow so many orders until
Mhm.
you start thinking for yourself. And at the end of the day, especially these days and times, people ain't following blind orders all the time. You know what I'm saying? You got so much now with the social media and the media and just everything in this world, that a lot of these young folks, our age and younger and a little bit older than us, they think for themselves for the most
Right,
part.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you can follow the order to a T, but sooner or later they're gonna be like, I don't think that's right. And that's what we're gonna have to have more of. So it ain't all about the physical nature of it. It's about who gonna push back and who ain't. You know what I'm saying? And you're right. We do need more people in office like us, but at the same time, we working with, you trying to work within the system and bring your own 2 cents in, but it's not a part of the system. See, the system just need to be shaken up, and I don't know how that's gonna go about, other than a
Nah.
physical altercation. Sooner or later it's gonna be 1776. Every civilization had to go through what we're going up to now, and that's, God forbid, a physical altercation. But that's what happens in every civilization, every great Rome, Greece, African civilizations, everything, Chinese, Asian, whatever. It always start off with a ruling class, and then that bottom class get fed up with it and be like, look, we doing all this work and making sure y'all rich and y'all ain't making sure we straight. So sooner or later, it's gonna be a fight back. And yeah, it's gonna be some sacrifice. Yeah, it's gonna be some dead bodies. And you can't be scared of that, because at the end of the day, you gotta fight for you. Because if not, then you're a slave.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. And that Turner did it.
I mean, you can't. I mean, we can always say, man, shit, they got more than this. They sometimes it don't take everybody, man. It just we gotta. What's the common denominator? Figure out what the common denominator is.
It don't take everybody, but it's gonna take enough. It gotta be
Yeah.
a good bit because nobody don't care if 100 y'all fighting, then everybody gonna be like, all right, cool.
Hey, man, look. At the end of the day, it ain't even about the
Everything
fight.
else.
It ain't even about the fight. It's about the common denominator. If everybody can break down what the common denominator is and be on the same page, you gotta have like-minded individuals. You know what I'm saying? But again, that comes through sacrifice, that comes through time, that comes through, knowing. See, this is the thing, right? It's just like I was looking at the news and a veteran was burning an American flag, and the president made this law or this rule or whatever that if you burn the American flag, you get a year in jail. You might be put on some kind of list, right? So we as so-called Americans have to make a decision. Are we going to be bound to the Constitution or a flag? And that's the case. Just like the Confederacy. See, they didn't want to go with the Constitution. They want to say they want to be in their flag and they want to have their own kind of mindset. Well, that ain't how America worked. Yeah, we done went through all kind of slavery and justice and everything, but the Constitution is the Constitution. And if you go by the Constitution, then we can have a good country. We can have a great country for everybody. But when you have people that's up in those seats and they don't follow the Constitution that we voted them for, or they was voted in office to abide by, then we have a problem. That flag is not bigger than the Constitution. You understand what I mean? That flag ain't bigger than the amendments. A person that's in that office or in Congress or in the Senate is not bigger than the Constitution. And see, that's the problem. We're not holding them accountable.
Right.
You understand what I mean? We done made them like oligarchs over us. And that's not how America is supposed to be. But we forgot about that. You know why? Because we always at work. Or we always dealing with real life stuff. You know what I'm saying? And then the first thing they tell us is go to the polls and vote. Go to the polls and vote. But at the same time, we don't know who pulling their strings in the back. You got Coca-Cola paying one. You got Charmin and whoever own them pulling one. Then you got people in the environment. So they're not listening to us no more. They listen to the money. So something has to happen where, hey, you either gonna work for us or you ain't gonna work at all. And that's what America has to figure out. What are we gonna do? Are we gonna be slaves? See how that shit worked out? Or we gonna hold people accountable. And whether it happen next week, 10 years from now, 20 years from now, it's gonna happen. Right. And we just gotta be prepared for it and you just gotta be ready for it. And another thing too about that, not to mean to ramble on, we gotta get out of this whole blue and red Republican and Democrat. They ain't for none of us. Right. They ain't for none of us. All they want to do is, they basically got a job making $200,000-$300,000 a year with a way of getting with these companies to make millions of dollars. That's it. Right. You understand what I mean? They ain't for us. Some of them are, but they can get trapped up in that whole oligarchy, what they call it. You understand what I mean? So we have to hold them accountable. We need to go back to like looking at history and see what they did to Caesar, what they did to a lot of those people that was in Congress and stuff in the Senate, where if you don't take care of the people rise up. But You know, some people scared to, they're scared. And that's understandable. But I'd rather down my feet than down my knees.
Hmm. Hilarious. I understand, bro.
I'm just saying.
I understand, bro. But I want to just say this. As far as with the troops and stuff being out there, man, just my people's just goddamn, just always be on your P's and Q's and just stay clear of a lot of things. Don't bring no type of attention to yourself. As much as possible.
And let's remember
Like,
this though, bro. Them troops, some of them polices, some of them agents in the feds, they are people. They are families. You know what I'm saying? They're
mhm.
not our enemies. They taking orders.
Right,
So if you can appeal to them, if you can talk to them, if you can, get with they people and be like, hey man, you might need to talk to Buddy and them because why are they doing this for these people? You understand what I mean? But that can go with any job. That can be working in the prison system, that can work in the school system, whatever the case may be, is that we have to talk to our people more and we need to be open enough to understand how other people feel too. You understand what I mean?
right.
Because I don't want to go bucking with the law enforcement and the feds and stuff, them are camp people too. So we can say, we're really fighting the system, but they work for the system. So it's a dog eat dog world. So we gotta also understand that. A lot of them National Guard kids and military, they kids. They ain't no older people. All of them ain't old. You know what I'm saying? They some children. They just
They're
following
doing their
orders.
job.
They're
They just
just
doing
doing the
their job.
job. So we gotta understand that too. You
Mhm.
know, I mean, a big part of the Civil War was brothers fighting brothers, cousins fighting cousins. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of us, a lot of everybody died. American citizens died in that conflict, because they believe these people believe in one thing, these people believe in another thing, and sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do, but I don't know, man. It just I don't even know, bro. I just
Yeah,
know I ain't I know
we,
what I believe. That's it.
yeah, but yeah, we need more solutions, bro. That's all. We need more solutions, bro. We gotta get more people on the same page to be able to move forward with that, man. Because right now, bro, we got a lot of people just about the money and becoming millionaires and leaving the rest behind. So, that's just what it is. So it's kind of like, bro, do you sacrifice yourself? Do you sacrifice your family and or just got and just keep it moving, bro. So that's the only thing, bro. You just can, it's easy to say just you,
Yeah.
and but it's no, it's not just you. It's just you and everybody else that's tagging along. That's the only thing.
There's a lot that go into it, man. There's
Yeah,
a lot of
definitely, definitely,
choices.
bro.
But you
Definitely.
gotta also understand too is what kind of world you want to leave your kids in if you have kids. What kind of world you want to live in. You know what I'm saying? Because if we allowing these people to make these decisions for us and they ain't living like us or they ain't living with us
Hmm.
because they living way up here and we still down here, then what's the purpose of them being up there?
Yeah, but like I said, bro, everybody needs to stay strapped, learn how to learn something, bro. Like stay ahead. Like, look at the news if you can, or just get into some type of group, type of community that you can you think you can trust somebody to have your back when stuff hit the fan. Because it's not. I know a lot of people like, oh man, that's in the past, or no, that might not happen no time soon, but it's happening. We just ain't we sometimes gonna be too late until we get to it. So.
Hey man, build a community, man. Build a community. Ain't nothing wrong. Villages throughout history have been documented of fighting back oppression. You know what I'm saying? So you build a community with like-minded individuals, whether it's it don't matter what the color is if everybody believe the same thing. And it ain't just gotta be a Christian, a Muslim, whatever it is. You want to raise your family the way you want to raise your family right, and you want to live a good life and you want to have property, you want to do that, then get with some people like that. You know what I'm saying? If you want to live everybody in condos or whatever, it don't matter. As long as you like-minded individuals and you can build on that, and you know that you ain't playing offense, you playing defense. You ain't bothering nobody. What we always used to say when we used to go out. and we don't start now, we finish it.
Oh
So
yeah.
that's the whole part of it is we ain't looking to be fighting nobody, man. You know, that ain't the life I want to live and leave my kids. I don't want to turn them into no warriors or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? I want them to survive and I want them to
Yeah.
thrive in life.
You
But
have the
at the
knowledge,
end,
man. Just be aware. It's all about being aware.
exactly. But at the end of the day, if you bring it to my doorstep, then we got to do what we got to do.
Yeah, I think most people like that, bro. It just, you know what I'm saying? It's just in due time, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, like I said, bro, everybody just gotta stay put, man. Stay aware, be aware, be prepared, and just life, man. Just take every day step by step, man. So that's all I had to say, man. But yeah, bro, you just gotta, yeah, that's it, right?
That's it. That's
I
all I
mean,
got.
all right, yeah, man. So hey, once again, hey. Just stay ahead of the game, man. Stay ahead of the game. So once again, we definitely appreciate y'all for tuning in to I Don't Even Know Bro podcast with your host King Gotti and host Mike Chacho. What up, Mike Chacho?
I don't even know, bro.
I don't even know, bro. Love.